Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We have ourselves a game here against Momak from Bosnia and Herzegovina, 2200 level player. So let's take this with the seriousness it deserves. We don't normally get to play with someone from such a country. He must be one of the very few top rated players there. Or maybe I'm just ignorant. I don't know. Hey dude, don't you know? They have like 17 grandmasters from Bosnia and Herzegovina. No, I didn't know that. What do you How do you know that? ChatGPT told me. I just looked it up. Don't believe anything ChatGPT tells you. Okay, let me tell you that. We got a lot of pressure piling up here, and a lot of big pieces coming into boot. But that's clever move. Clever move. It reminds me of that Jurassic Park. Clever girl. There's also this. This is a remarkable position and move. I'm gonna I believe that I must continue the attack, so I'm going to leverage the rook and pawn combination. Just see what happens here. All right, let's just see what happens here. If he wants to put this knight away, okay, you can do it. But we're not going to play our queen here just yet, because we don't know yet if it's needed even. Maybe if we go all the way, it's pretty good. The further down we go, the better, I guess. Only question comes in, do we already play this move? Should he play this move, in fact? No, it's a conservative game, somewhat conservative game, so no, I think we definitely play this. Okay, yeah. So now let's pause for a second here because he does have control of the open, semi-open file, very close to the king. Red flag alert. Red flag alert, all right? That's what you gotta remember. This is not something you want to tolerate for a long period of time. Yeah. So it's very clear that we won't be castling kingside, or is it? Might it just be the smarter move? It defends and castles at the same time, and this is safe enough. Now his king is going on a walk. Nice night for a walk, eh? We get the queen here because now we're going to consider ideas that involve pushing this forward. Okay, he captured there, so that's out of the equation. There's no pushing this forward. We're just gonna live with this doubled pawns and the blocking of his minor pieces, especially his bishop. That's that's what we have going for us in this game. Okay, good. Now let's just go solid move here. Solid move takes away a key diagonal. Now let's just start throwing this pawn down the board. I mean, what the hell else are we supposed to do? Pawns are like these things you can just throw. He's dancing back to the other side now. You just throw it. Just throw it all the way. Just throw it, bro. He. What is going on? This is one of the funniest games I've ever seen, man. One of the funniest games I've ever seen. Okay, now if we go all the way, we pretty much gotta go all the way. Almost always, it's the right idea to just go all the way. Okay. Now, how do we what do we make as our plan? Okay, he's doing the time trick. He's doing this situation where you don't make any real moves. You just play fast on the clock. That's what he's doing now. He has 1 minute 40 seconds. I have only. Uh, do we allow this? Yeah. Or do we capture? Maybe we capture. Come in with the queen here now. So one way or another, we're still coming to get you, bro. One way or another, we're trying to get you, man. Um, yeah, got to go here, I guess. Okay, he's playing very fast and playing safe enough, so the pressure has built up on us. Clock has become a factor. We're gonna have to try to dilute the tension a bit here. I don't know what else to say. It's just getting a little bit much. I don't have good control. I need to make stuff happen. That's making something happen. There you go. Put that in your face. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, Mister Shuffler. Shuffling, shuffling, and then what? Nothing, right? You're just shuffling, shuffling, and then nothing. So, okay. Wait. Let's not lose this game here. Will we lose? We gotta trade that rook. Trade that rook. Okay. Now just defend the spawn. Now, let's not let the spawn come ahead. Um, that's about it. Let's just play a bit balanced game here. Just play a balanced game. This rook might still be needed there, maybe not. Okay. Threatening that piece is good threat. Just deliver check. Take it and give that up and take another pawn with check. Yeah, it's pretty good. Um, let's go bishop here. Bishop here is holding a lot of stuff together. Make sure you don't fork your king and rook. That's about it. Not much to do here, right? I mean, in principle, there ought not to be much one has to do, but it's always easy to kind of mess it up, especially when you're low on the clock. It's always easy to kind of mess it up. So let's try not to mess it up. Try not to be weird, honey. You know, it's one of those kind of situations. That's a pretty. Let's not let him run riot with two passed pawns. That could suddenly get ugly. So let's at least clip one of them before we you know let's, let's force a trade here. I'm just taking the knight, even though I could have probably won the pawn instead, making it very difficult for him to hold on to that pawn there. Have to keep him away, don't keep him anywhere near. Just hold, just be a bit patient. There's nothing he can do. Just make the gradual incremental improvements. Nothing fancy needed. Just a gentle cutoff, check, and capture. He's a resilient bugger. You got to give him that. He's a resilient bugger. But now you come to me and you say, what are you trying to do, actually? From Bosnia and Herzegovina, he's a fighter. They've got a lot of fighters in there, that country. Let's just keep the rook far away. Let's not even risk any weird tactics. You never know with these people. So we're going to keep it super safe. No flare. There we go. Alright, thank you for the games, and let's have a look at his profile while he runs down the clock. Oh, my goal here on this site is to. Okay, man, it's been a bit of a drubbing. 6.5 to 1.5 with him. I've played him quite a few times. Uh, is to beat Computer Impossible in Blitz games. Interesting. Interesting character. Interesting personality. Let's have a look at the game. Momac Momac fought hard, fought to the bitter end, you know. It's adorable, as Caruana would say. Uh, Caruana said that about Gukesh, that he often fights hard in losing positions, and it's adorable. what a what a sledge! Love that. So we went kind of wonky with our attacking idea. This pawn move I thought seemed pretty logical, but no. Now my question here was, what about after this? Then what happens? So that's why I didn't play this, is I didn't know what happens after this. And the idea is knight f6. Oh, he can't take it because you can trap his rook. Is it knight h5, just directly trapping? Oh yeah, there you go. That's why. That's why. Okay. Okay. So we missed that general idea, and therefore we did something which seems common sense, but ultimately didn't really help that much. This is interesting. I really had a hard time figuring out this move, and it seems that the winner is king here. Wow. Have a look at that. Maybe the idea is because you've pushed the pawn up, so it's very favorable to keep the rook here as an aggressive piece. Um, but yeah, it's one of those moves that is very hard to understand, actually. All right. So he did his king dancing. He just did his king dancing, gradually eroding his position. Okay. Look at the eval. It's less than 1 point difference. It's more or less even here. Okay, but because he's dancing around with the king, it went from break even to -2. All right, just to note for all of you guys, all of you youngsters who think that this is a pro way to play, objectively, it's not. Uh, but then again, he's asking me what's my plan, and I didn't really know. I didn't really know, sir. So maybe the right idea. This knight back tendency, I do have it. It's my move when I don't know what else to do. Oftentimes, I try to just reroute the knight, but maybe the right idea is to just crack on through, break it open. That's about it. It sounds correct in principle. Taking it seemingly wrong, but I thought I needed to open it up, get a bit aggressive. Um, And now we started to open up some things. Ah, there was a sacrifice opportunity here on this pawn to just make this guy really deadly. Very interesting. And now we were laying a trap that's exposing all of these pieces. All right. And he tries to shine his king out of the way, but we got this other maneuver here. Now it's a blunder, but there's a deep plan. It's not a huge blunder. It's they're overblowing it. And here the plan comes to fruition. Okay? And at this point the game's over now. The game's just over. This is an important move, this king to the side. If you don't play that move, you can still be aggressive and get away with it. But in principle you don't want to lose the knight. You want to make things minimize his counterplay. Minimize his counterplay. So I went for that strategy, which is to minimize his counterplay by reducing his firepower and just keeping control. Different styles I would play in different moments. Because I had very little time, I chose the minimize and counterplay style of blitz chess. And here also I had a mating pattern. I would have loved to have taken the time to spot it, something like this, but it wasn't so easy under the pressure. So we ended up having this kind of a long-winded dance, and the patience was, I guess, instructive here. We just went with a very patient style. That's the way to keep control and play fast enough. You don't want to lose on time by trying to calculate some complex situation where you're 90% sure it's working, but you got to check and you end up losing your time. All right, catch you later.